Good morning, everyone. How are you? Hope you all are fine. So, today I'm going to start a new chapter of biology, that is natural resources. Basically, this chapter is from biology. And according to the new CBSE guideline, this chapter is completely in your course. So, natural resources. Let's start the chapter. Resources on the earth. First, you should understand the meaning of the word resources. Resources, that means the source from where we are getting something. So, what are these resources on the earth? Basically, on the earth, the natural resources are air, water, soil, minerals, and living organism. We are getting different things from them. So, air, water, soil, minerals, and living organisms are our natural resources. On our earth, the outer crust of the earth is called the lithosphere. So, in simple language, we can say the land area is known as lithosphere. You can see here, this one is lithosphere, the land area. Either it is underground or the on ground. The water on the earth is called hydrosphere. That means the area where the water is present, that is known as hydrosphere. And the layer of the air around the earth is the atmosphere. So this one is atmosphere wherever the air is present. So area covered by air is atmosphere, area covered by water is hydrosphere, and area covered by land is lithosphere. And you can see here, the yellow circle is for atmosphere, the brown circle is for lithosphere, the blue circle is for hydrosphere. But when these three circles are formed, then one area is formed which contain the part of atmosphere as well as which contain the part of atmosphere from here. It also contain the part of lithosphere and contain the part of hydrosphere. That means here in this area, only in this area, we can see only atmosphere. In this area, we can see only lithosphere. In this area, we can see only hydrosphere. Only this one area, where lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, they all combined, they all are found. So this one area is known as biosphere. What is biosphere? An area where atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere interact with each other. That area is known as biosphere. Okay, let's move to the next one. Now, biosphere, we will discuss in detail. The important natural resources available on earth are land, water, and air. Means these are the resources in which we interact. Means these are required for our livingness. The region of earth where the atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere interact and support life. Yes, it is important thing. That means when they interact, then life is able to support itself. We cannot live without water, we cannot live without air, and we cannot live without soil. So that's why these three combine together to support life, and this area is known as lithosphere. In this area is known as biosphere. Living organisms constitute the biotic component of the biosphere. That means a biosphere, basically, a biosphere contains two components. One is known as living and the another is known as non-living. It is known as non-living. So living components are also known as biotic components. And plants and animals means living organisms. These form biotic component. Air, water and soil, they form abiotic. Abiotic means non-living. So what are the different components of biosphere? Every biosphere contain living means biotic component, non-living means abiotic component. So living organisms constitute biotic components and non-living organisms constitute abiotic component. Air is a mixture of gases like nitrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide, etc. Some small fractions are also present in the air. Now the breath of life, air. That means air is that much important that we call it breath of life. It is life supporting, means life cannot be imagined without air. Plants and animals use oxygen for respiration. In your earlier classes, you already have discussed about the process of respiration, and in the further classes you will also discuss the detailed process of respiration. But we understand that respiration require oxygen, means plants and animals they use oxygen, and from where this oxygen comes? It comes from air. So oxygen is very very important for respiration. The combustion of fossil fuel, combustion means burning of fossil fuel, require oxygen. So the whole definition of combustion, as you have discussed the chapter in your 8th class, burning of a substance in the presence of air to produce heat and light. So combustion also require oxygen. If oxygen is not there, you are not able to burn any substance. So combustion and respiration, these are the two important processes which require oxygen from air. Any animal present on the earth, so they require oxygen for respiration. Air. So let's discuss about the first resource, that is air. Air is a mixture of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapors and other gases. And during respiration, living organisms use oxygen to break down glucose. Glucose that is present inside our body. It is stored food present inside our body that we get by taking food. मीन्स हम जो खाना खाते हैं उससे हमारी बॉडी में एक फूड स्टोर हो जाता है, दैट इज नोन एज ग्लूकोज. सो दिस ग्लूकोज इज टू बी ब्रोकन डाउन बाय ऑक्सीजन and this process gives us energy, as well as this results in the release of carbon dioxide. As you all know that we take oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Burning of fuels also use oxygen and release carbon dioxide. So we can say there are two processes in which oxygen is utilized and carbon dioxide is released. That is respiration and combustion. Whereas on another hand, during photosynthesis, this is a process by which plants make their own food. Green plants make their food. They convert carbon dioxide into glucose in the presence of sunlight. So photosynthesis process is just a reverse of the respiration process. This results in the release of oxygen, means during the process of photosynthesis, plants require carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. These processes help to maintain oxygen carbon dioxide balance in nature, because basically somewhere I read a quote. It was written, live if you want to live. Plants के लिए लिखा हुआ था, if you want to live, let me live. Means अगर आप जीना चाहते हो तो मुझे भी जीने दो, because plants and animals they depend on each other. In the case of gases, we can see here plants use carbon dioxide and give us oxygen, and we use oxygen and give carbon dioxide. So these are the two important processes. The ways by which CO2 is fixed by living organism. That means आप सोच रहे होंगे that too much carbon dioxide is produced on the surface of earth, yeah, uh, different processes are used for the formation of carbon dioxide, but carbon dioxide is a very mere portion in the air composition of, in the gaseous composition of air. It is only 0.03%. Then where rest of the oxygen goes, so sorry, rest of the carbon dioxide goes. So there are two, not two, there are different processes by which carbon dioxide is fixed by living organism. Like plants use carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, so they utilized carbon dioxide. And the marine animals absorb atmospheric carbon dioxide and form carbonic acid. These carbonate ions are used by marine animals to make shell. I think you have seen this kind of shells जो पानी में वो सीप आती है. So that is made up of carbonate, and this carbonate is formed by the carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere. This carbon dioxide dissolve in water, and this dissolved carbon dioxide is utilized by these marine animals. So these are the different processes by which CO2 is fixed. I will discuss it later. I hope you understand it. Okay, have a nice day, beta. Goodbye to all.